LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Dudley Foreman. Auf jeden Fall Name Dudley Foreman, Augenblau, Alter 50 Jahre, braun, männlich, Hausbesitzer und Nachbar der Familie Morelli. Zeugenbericht zum Morelli-Brand.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Ich glaube Ihnen das nicht, der guckt nämlich so komisch. Ja. Aber kann ich Ihnen das irgendwie nachweisen? Nein. Also zweifle ich es an.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Okay. Häuser, die abgerissen werden sollen. Okay. Verdächtige Aktivität.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Mal gucken. Nee. Und da ich weiß, dass ich Ihnen das eh nicht nachweisen kann, zweifle ich es an.
Sure, Mr. Foreman. There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Ah, rauchender Mann. Geplanter Abriss.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Ich glaub dir das wirklich nicht. Ich zweifle es wieder an.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
Okay. Reisepreis ausschreiben.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. Then I find out they were still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
Ich glaube, das können wir Ihnen glauben. Ja.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Okay.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
What?
Elysian Fields. Ganz unten. Leland Monroe.
For Elysian Fields Developments.
Okay.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Wir haben den oberen Teil gehabt, den unteren nicht.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Okay. Stecken wir uns das ein. Ich habe gesagt, da stecken wir uns ein. Oh Okay, gut. Dann gehen wir zum Telefon. Und fragen mal nach was nach. Ich weiß zwar nicht nach was, aber wahrscheinlich nach Elysian Fields. Die
I need an
Adresse.
address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
Sag ich doch.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads in the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Arschloch.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Okay. Fahren wir wieder mit unserem Torpedo.
We should check out Rancho
Ach.
Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure, corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Okay. Rancho Escondido. Fahren wir da hin. Mit dem Torpedo kannst du jetzt ein bisschen Gas geben.
Gosh, Mom, pancakes. That
Ja,
sounds
schön.
awesome.
Ja, komm, lade jetzt mal. So lange kann das ja wohl nicht dauern. Rancho Escondido.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America, dickhead.
sir. Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
play.
mouth son of a bitch.
Okay. Wenn ihr unbedingt aufs Maul wollt.
That's done it for. We're gonna have to patch you back towards that.
So. Du etwa auch. Bums. Jawohl. So macht man das.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Okay. Hier war was. Oh.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Aha. Okay.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Okay. Tun wir es gleich. Lassen wir ihn fahren oder fahren wir jetzt nach Elysian Fields?
You know the way. You can drive.
So where do you want to go?
Ah, was ist denn das für ein Fusch, ey? Da irgendein Billigzement, der war vorher so auseinanderfällt, ey. Gibt's nicht, ey. Elysian Fields. 5 Uhr abends. So wollen wir den Leland erstmal verhören, was der für ein Mist dahin stellt.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
Okay.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Ma'am,
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Mhm.
You like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs!
Heftig. Was haben wir hier? So sollte es also mal aussehen. Okay. Dann unterhalten wir
We're
uns mal.
investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Weiß ich nicht, aber du kannst uns mal was gleich zu den Bränden erzählen. Auf jeden Fall Leland Monroe, Augenblau, Alter 52 Jahre, schwarzmännlich, Präsident von Elysian Fields Developments. Oder Developments. Ja, ich glaube so ist es ja richtig. Auf jeden Fall Verbindung von Elysian zu Bränden.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Ne. Nein, 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 nein. Nein, nein, nein. Gut. Anzweifeln.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Ich glaube nicht. Reisepreis ausschreiben.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Nein.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Haben wir aber.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
Ja, wenn es nötig ist. Lokale Grundstückskäufe.
Make offers to buy houses in areas where fires have
Profitgeier.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Nö. Ich gucke aber mal hier durch, aber... Ne, sieht nicht danach aus. Ich zweifle das mal an.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, Detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
Okay, Brand bei Rancho Escondido.
What's Elysian Field's involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulation.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Du alter Drecksack.
You're lying, bro. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Klar, aber die Beweise wären nicht da, du Mistkerl, ey.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists. Do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills. You suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?